Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by glassesusa.com, where you can find over 9,000 different styles of in-house and name brands of cute glasses that include sunnies as well. I get all my glasses at glassesusa.com, and I can choose them from the comfort of my own home and try them using the virtual mirror tool. And glassesusa.com sent me some glasses that I chose, and let me know down in the comments what you think. Love these ones. And then for a little bit of a change up, I've got these. And these have been my summery sunglasses. I like how big they are. And they also change color in the sun, which is really fun. Kind of reminds me of those t-shirts. I'm dating myself. Do you remember those t-shirts that would change color in the sun or to the temperature? What were they called? Everyone had them, but they all turned like the same kind of purplish color. I didn't have one. What were they called at any rate? Color changing. How about these? So every frame comes with a basic prescription lens, and a complete pair of glasses, including prescription lenses and frames, starts at $30. Shopping at glassesusa.com is a risk-free experience. If you're not happy with your glasses for any reason, you may return them within the first 14 days for a full refund, 100% money-back guarantee, free shipping, no questions asked. So if you need a new pair of glasses, click the link down below for a special offer from glassesusa.com. Big thanks to Glasses USA for sponsoring this video and for their continued support and for allowing me to make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, today we are going to be making a homemade version of one of my favoriteest instant ramens, Nangshin's Shin Ramen. This is a classic instant noodle ramyeon that comes from Korea. It is so good, and today I'm going to be making a recipe that claims that you can make a homemade version of this broth at home. This recipe comes from Mandy Lee. She is a magician in the kitchen. This book, The Art of Escapism Cooking, is by Mandy, and it's phenomenal. I've made a few of these recipes and all of them have been hits. I made a video about her scrambled egg recipe, the best scrambled egg ever, and I will put that link down below. So let's go ahead and get started. Lots of ingredients going into this broth. This is the best spice grinder I've ever used. I used to use an old coffee mill, which was super loud. I actually used it to make chocolate as well. But the problem with it is that it was really difficult to not have cross-contamination in terms of flavors. This is really great. It comes apart and you can actually wash it with plenty of soap and water and dry it thoroughly, and then you can get all those flavors out. I've got some dried shiitake mushrooms. And the way this works is you just press on it and it goes. Except when you don't turn off the power strip. So I have a toolbox like as my counter here, and it has a power strip. And I always turn it off for safety's sake, and I always forget to turn it on. So, oh, it got unplugged. Okay, that wasn't my fault. Okay, we've got power now. Okay, ready? Here we go. Wow, okay, there we go. Mushroom powder. We are gonna cook some panchetta. This is some pork. It's been cut up into little cubes. And we are going to render the fat and get it nice and toasty. I almost forgot. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to this. So now that our panchetta is nice and golden, we're going to add some anchovy fillets. More umami, more saltiness. And we're gonna mush the anchovies up. Highly technical term, I know. Okay, next we're gonna add that mushroom powder that we made. Toast this up just for a couple of minutes. A little cube of pancetta coated in mushroom and anchovies. Oh yeah, super salty, but so good. It's got a nice funkiness from the anchovies that's super intense and just so umami with that mushroom powder on the outside. We're now going to add some water to kind of deglaze the pan. Set this aside. We are going to use a larger grinder upper, also known as a blender. Going to add that mixture we just made. Onion, garlic, lots. Gochujang. This is a wonderful chili paste that has so much complexity, sweetness, spice, and fermented yum flavor. It is so good and versatile. Korean chili flakes, paprika, fish sauce, soy sauce. This is dashi powder, some sugar, some peppercorns, cream cheese. Boop. Let's go ahead and buzz this up. Here we go. Oh. Whoa. Let's just give this a little taste. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Salty, sweet, creamy, oniony, garlicky, fan-stinkin-tastic. Mandy, I haven't even had the noodles yet, but yes, so very good. Mandy said you also can use this as a budae base as well. If you haven't seen my video on how to make army base stew, I'll put a link down below to that. I've got a pot of boiling water here. I've got a pot of chicken stock here. To the chicken stock, we're going to add our homemade Shin Ramen paste. On the other side, we're going to add the Shin Ramen packet along with the dried vegetables. This is the round puck. Add that. This is done for me. Original. Homemade. Ooh, this is gonna be full. Oh yes, yes, you fit. Oh, thank you. And then, you know, green onions, right? Let's taste the original first. Definitely looks darker in color, a little less creamy. Alrighty, here we go. Itadakimasu. Love the bounce of that noodle. Broth is salty, a little smoky. Definitely got some sea, oceany, briny flavors in there. Definitely have some like MSG notes in there, which are classic to me in my opinion of an instant noodle. And there's some spice. Yum. Garlic too, but not anything kind of distinctive. Everything kind of just blends together. Delicious. Let's try the homemade version. The soup is much creamier and richer and thicker in viscosity. Look at that. The thing I noticed that's really different is the consistency. The broth of this one is much thicker. More similar to a laksa style. It's got great depth of flavor, and surprisingly, it's not too salty. I think the original is actually saltier. This is delicious, and it is in the vein of Korean style instant noodles, Shin Ramen style noodles, but it's not a dupe by any means. And the intensity of the umami is different. This I feel like hits harder in that sense, and I think it's probably because it just directly uses MSG. This is more like Doritos. You know what I mean? It's like Doritos, that intensity of flavor. This is more like a homemade cheese sauce. This, of course, we could simply add more chicken stock to this to thin this out if we want something that's a little bit looser in body and consistency. But in terms of just intensity of flavor, the original is much more intense in a natural way, unnatural way. But for me, I think that's what makes it quintessentially instant noodles, that unnatural amount of flavor that's in that little packet suspended in water. And that's why I like it so much. The homemade version is lovely. And it packs a flavorful umami punch, but it's softer and subtler in terms of that hit of flavor. Alrighty, my lovely, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to glassesusa.com for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get a pair of glasses and get a special offer, please click the link down below. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. I love hearing from you. Get so many great suggestions. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Wow.